IFOS cutoff. Last time 108 to 112. Okay, yesterday's newspaper. So, what is your opinion on this? Means tunnel has collapsed and rescue operation is going on, right? What's your opinion on that?
Sir, it shows the fidelity of the Himalayan. It shows whether you have to go with the projects by considering the environmental impacts or the economic risks. So it shows the lack of just for the environmental issues and overall. So,
Okay, so it means what it highlights actually, or what it exposes. You are right. What it exposes.
So geographically, it's a sensitive area.
No, that's what he said. Environmental impact assessment. Okay, but what it exposes. Nothing.
The lack of technology also.
No.
It's taking so long to rescue people.
Okay, I'll consider some extraordinary technology is missing, so we cannot rescue. Fine. Then that should come to your mind first. That you are not telling. I'm not feeling the construction quality or the procedures not followed properly. To go to the root cause. If it collapses, how the construction is? See, we know that area is sensitive, area is fragile. So that then see, earthquake area. So if you are constructing a building, will you take it lightly and build so that it collapse? Ilalva. You know that is known fact. That means, see, today it has happened. After inauguration also it is possible, right? So how weak we are with respect to, construction quality or planning, designing, it is exposing that. Nothing else. Now we are not rescuing or rescuing, that is fine. Okay, we have to rescue at any cost that we are trying, they are trying in different ways. Okay. But the problem is, that is it should be, alarming project. So what we are doing? See, we are talking about collapse of infrastructures in like Uttarakhand, okay, hydroelectric projects because of natural calamities and all, correct? But you know that will happen there. So how strong you should be? You cannot blame like, okay, nuclear reactor we have constructed because of earthquake radiation released. No, you should be knowing that that may happen. How ready you are? Okay, so that is the point you have to understand. Okay, editorial is also talking about the same thing. We'll come to that. Then remaining topic, that article itself will. The world censorship on a new medium. This article is about the same thing, the drilling project. Why they are telling this? How it is relevant? Censorship on a new medium.
The article was found of censoring the issues, because what happened was initially broadcast department was responsible. We should not go with the sensitive issues. Let us not go with the focus of increasing the TRP, because psychologically it affects the families of the.
Correct.
Usually the highlight of censorship.
So is it right or wrong?
In one way or the other.
Okay.
It may happen to even stop the. So not showing the lack of the government.
That is what. See, one side always positive, negative will be there. So it the families of those people will be like suffering. That pain will be aggravated. So you should not show. Okay. So whether you show or not, their families know that they are not in their house. They are stuck there. So that will be there. Yes, it may aggravate. But other, in a larger picture, it is hiding something. That is what is the problem with the projects. So it exposes the lacunas, what we discussed now. So that's why they are doing old censorship on a new medium. Okay, means this kind of things we have seen from the British time also. Okay, whenever they something against them is being exposed, they used to put censorship. Correct. So whatever the articles against British or something, they used to censor those articles and does not allow. So government is also doing the same thing. So fact checking, already we discussed many times, and it is in High Court, Bombay High Court. You know that. So verdict is awaited. Even Madras High Court is about to take the same issue, but it said that I am waiting for Bombay High Court verdict. Again, I don't want to give parallel verdicts. So after that only I will consider this fact checking. So what you are doing, that is censorship. Okay. But now the TVs are showing that. Then why? How? Now they are showing now. Then are they violating that rules? Then? No. I am asking this tunnel rescue operation. Earlier he said that government restriction is there, but now they are showing now.
When the project is about to end, and you say that we are about to rescue the worker. So the issue of again showing the news increased in a middle. So what happened when they said that we are going to remove the rescuers from Sunday night like that cost. So immediately the showing of news increased. Again, there's a lack of that issue has been highlighted.
So fine. In one line, see, it was actually instead of showing the negative things, so it became an act of the positive thing, like as if we are doing a heroic act by rescuing them. So in that sense, they started showing, but it aggravated that could not happen. But now once it is surfaced into the picture, they cannot hide it, right? Okay. Issue artha madkolu ashte. See, we need to have two things. One is we should stop politicizing the things, first thing. Okay. See, government failure means government failure. Okay. Government should not put such restrictions. It should be, warning bell, so that to solve the future problems, to take it very seriously. I hope you know that series of articles came about Indian Himalayan region system in the Hindu itself. Continuously, we at least 2-3 articles we discussed. Okay, how fragile it is. Instead of understanding that, the same thing happened. I discussed when railway accident happened. That started telling that it is a terrorist act, something. Stop this bullshit. First, what is the problem with us? I also gave example of Lal Bahadur Shastri. Okay, so simply putting, diverting, that we call in ethics, red herring technique or straw man fallacy. Red herring means existing issue will divert it to something else. So here also it is red herring. Instead, see, all even did not think about that. Sir, it's a government failure anta nim bail barle illa first word. Means project failure anta barle illa. Just we are thinking about a rescuing operation, heroic at some, suppose if it happens, how much effort we have put to rescue the people over there. First of all, who made them to stuck there? That is the design failure. Idea manta. So it ಒಳಗಡೆ discuss ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಿಂತ you need to understand how to discuss the issues in ethics. They may ask this type of questions are already there. Construction, bridge construction is over. In the last minute, engineer identifies a crack in that. So what will you do? Already announcement, inauguration announcement also happened. Prime Minister is about to come. Suddenly, if you cancel it, it is a shame to the government. Exactly the same scenario. Already UPSC has asked such question. This is another way of it. There he only knows, but now whole India knows, whole world knows. That is the only difference. In that project, problem is there. Only the chief engineer or that person knows. Okay, he tells to the senior person, but he says that you keep quiet. Now, if we announce like this, government, and also adds one more point, immediately elections are there. If such issues are highlighted, now in election defeat will be here. So can you play with the lives of the people? Now, what will you do? So there at least it is not exposed and so much big dilemma in your mind. Now it is exposed. That is the difference. But issue is same issue. Okay, there also design failure. Okay, here also the same thing. See, already discussed point. They are telling the control tower. So what is control tower means that new bill came in the 2021 IT rules. Yes, and also they revised the old TV censorship rules. I think 1885, 1985. Sorry, 1995. So that they revised now in 2021. What to show in the TV media, what not to show. So even though internet is taking a larger share of the viewers, still the data says that TV is having its own impact even today. But it is showing decline phase. In future, definitely it will not have any place. Means that TV box may be there, but the way of showing channels, everything will be completely demand based on. The same, the channels now what they are showing, the prescribed time. Now already we know that when we want, at that time we will listen to the news or movie or whatever on demand only. So that will change, but still that influence is there. It is declining. The TV influence is declining, but it is there. Okay, it needs much more time to completely replace. So they are saying that control tower, because see this data you can use how much influence it is having. 165 million homes. Okay, TV is the primary medium. Okay, and they are saying also new medium. What is that new medium means? Apart from TV, internet, even the different channels in YouTube also, they are having the same concept. You cannot they will issue the notice, but growth is slowing. That's what I said. In Nielsen India internet report, at least 85 million viewers in rural India share smartphones and huddle together to stream YouTube videos. So this data you can use in your answers. And they are talking about the Broadcasting Service Bill 2023. Okay, so actually they are saying that in all bills we want to modernize the bills, but nothing that sort is happening, because we have seen that CRPC, IPC and Evidence Act, they are making newly, but many times we discussed the old, that's what it is, old wine in the new bottle. Same concept only they are copy pasting. So then why you are saying that you are modernizing? In the name of modernizing, actually you are imposing the control of the government more on the all aspects. Instead of directly putting those points, it will be highlighted. What they are saying that we will modernize all the laws. But in reality, they are controlling, means putting only the controlling factors, government control, too much control on all those. It may be TV, it may be internet, or it may be judiciary related things. So government is, if you see the holistic view, only highlighted point is government is putting more control. If they do directly, people will directly oppose. So they are telling that we will modernize all the bills. So that is the difference. So here they are highlighting increasing government powers in all the bills, even those CRPC, IPC, and these things. Okay. So in the name of cultural invasion, government is controlling. They are telling what is the culture of India? It is very difficult to define. What is not culture of India? You tell me. You take whole world and you just tell me what is not our culture. What is not our culture? Can you exclude something from our culture? Nothing like that. Means whatever you seen in America, whatever you seen in Russia, everything, one or other way it is practiced in India. Okay. You may, so like they are tribal, they are scheduled caste, they are this class. You may name anything, but you can find all the type of culture in India. Are you getting the point? Okay. So only we say that this is our Indian culture. Indian culture is blend of everything. But government say in the name of cultural invasion, so that tries to segregate the things. Okay. See, for example, it tried to stop this porn website and all. Government tried to. Okay. What is the result? It led to the homegrown industry. Means it stopped all the outside websites, blocked everything. So what it happened? So local industry started booming. So what is the use? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? So they are suppressing somewhere and it is coming in the other form. That also we have to understand. See, like Indian values, it is very difficult to define Indian values. Say that is true. Whatever. So can you say that, sir, shirt and pants are not our culture, not our this thing? No, it has become part of it. Can you remove that? Always it is like that only. Nothing is called as a native culture. Only time differentiation. Just like how we do in renewable energy. Everything is renewable only. But why we say coal, petrol is not renewable? Because it takes millions of years. Only like that, for 1,000 years, this was in our culture, newly added. Just before 100 years, like that you can say. But everything is, we have accepted and it is part of our culture. And what private sector did is, they adopted self-regulation. Okay, don't worry, we will do self-regulation. What is the meaning of self-regulation? So we will only not telecast something, we will only put ratings. Okay, if something against that, if it violates, then you can take action against us. Okay, so is it okay? So they say that it is in a good taste, we will do, we will practice some, even for press also it is like that only. Self-regulation kind of thing. If something goes against beyond that, then control will be there. Okay. So that self-regulation, but whatever you do, so you are taking the rights of the people. Taking the rights of the people. Okay. So that fact check also. So finally it will go to, something goes wrong, it will go to inter-ministerial committee. So they will decide what is, I hope you know that against one TV channel, he was arrested. What is the, which TV? Recently it happened, no? I forgot.
NDTV, sir.
But NDTV, I guess. Okay. See, reason may be anything, but it is affecting in other way. See, there was no proof or no this thing. But that's what I am saying. You want to stop something else, you are controlling in other way. That is what they are talking. News click. Correct, no? No evidence are there. He was arrested under, I think, UAPA. Correct, no? So that is what, without evidence, that is an example how government control is extended. See, this is completely critical. Till now what I discussed is completely critical of the government only. So you must always give the caution. These are the points. You must be knowing how to blend them in your answer. Means positive side and negative side. This you have to show in a positive side. Why it is important. Why controlling is important. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? You cannot simply write like this. Government is putting, it is becoming draconian, it is becoming dictator kind of thing. No. So you must always say why it is important. In a broad, diverse country like India, so how it becomes very difficult to keep on checking after it happens. Some video goes viral, something. So that creates a lot of damage. So even though it is curtailing to some extent fundamental rights, so these checks, these controlling measures becomes essential. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾತಾಡಿದೆ ಟೋನ್, ಇವಾಗ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಟೋನ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ. You should be knowing that. Otherwise, ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕಿತ್ಕೊಂಡು. If you talk like TV9, public TV or something like that, simply against government, gone. So you must, same points. You must highlight those in the positive side. Okay, I am not saying that you should not write negative at all. Yes, I added, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? Even though to some extent the fundamental rights, the rights of the people are being curtailed, or it is assumed that, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ? ಆನ್ಸರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ನ ತಲೆಗೆ ನೀವು ಹಾಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, talking negative, it is like, it gives energy. Okay, but you should not become victim for those things. You have to, sir, ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾಕಂಗ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೇಬೇಕು ಆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಗಳನ್ನ. ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್, ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್. ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ನೇ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ತೋರಿಸೋದು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕು. Got it? So data says the use of knife for murder is being increased. So you should show it in, how to show it in positive side? Data says the use of knife for murder is more, means it is increasing at this alarming rate. How you should show it in a positive side? ನಾನೊಂದು ಕ್ರೂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಹೆಂಗೆ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಏನ್ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ? ಒಂದೇ ಲೈನ್, ಇದೇ ಲೈನ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾನು 10 ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳಬಹುದು. ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ. ಈ ತರ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಗಳೇ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗೋದು. ಒಂದೇ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನ 10 ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಎಸ್, ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಇದ್ದ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ. ಮನೀಷಾ,
ಸರ್ ಲೈನ್ ಇನ್ನೊಮ್ಮೆ ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್.
ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಐ ಗೇವ್, ಓಕೆ, ದ ಡಾಟಾ ಸೇಸ್ ದಟ್ ನೈಫ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಫಾರ್ illegal activities is increasing.
Sir, the police is more aware now, so that they are caughting these people.
Police is more aware now?
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನು ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾರು ಇವಾಗ ಬೇಗ ಇದ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ನೋ.
ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್
ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಸರ್. ಸೊ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಮರ್ಡರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ,
ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್.
ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ.
ಸೊ ನೌ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಸೊಫಿಸ್ಟಿಕೇಟೆಡ್ tracing technology, so that how many people are using that we are able to understand. Positive side ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, system is able to track each and every one what purpose they are using. Earlier it was not done ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಕೇಸಸ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಮೋರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಚ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಹೌಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಸರ್ವೇಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಅವರು. ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, instead of highlighting COVID cases are more, government is not doing anything ಅನ್ನೋ ಬದಲು now the survey is perfect and it is giving accurate results and that's why numbers are seen more ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ದನ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಹೇಳಿ, ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ. ಅನದರ್ ವೇ ಆಫ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್, ಅದನ್ನೇ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಸೈಡ್ಗೂ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು, ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಲ್ಲ. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದ ಲಾ ಅಂಡ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಈಸ್ ಫೇಲಿಂಗ್. ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡು ದ ಲಾ ಅಂಡ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಈಸ್ ಫೇಲಿಂಗ್, ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸಿಂಗ್ ಮೋರ್, ಹಂಗೂ ಹೇಳಬಹುದು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದಲ್ಲ, ನೈಫ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಸೈಡ್ಗಳಿಲ್ವಾ? ಇದು ರೈಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ರೈಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದಲ್ಲ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಕಟಿಂಗ್ ವೆಜಿಟೇಬಲ್ಸ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್, ಸೊ ನೈಫ್ ಯೂಸೇಜ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ಡ್. ಅರ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಏನೋ ಈಳಿಗೆ ಮನೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ನೌ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಚೇಂಜಿಂಗ್ ಟು knives only. So they are, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? So that side also it is included. It's not only this side, actually that side also it is included. That's why this is, traditionally they used to use different instrument. Now everyone is using the knife only. ಸೊ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ತಿರ್ಗ್ಸಕ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ನಿಮಗೆ. ಆರ್ಟ್ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬೇಕೋ ಹಂಗ್ ಶೇಪ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇದನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಹೌ ಟು ಸೇ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಇರ್ಲಿ, ಓದ್ಲೇಬೇಕು. ಓದಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ಹೌ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ರೈಟ್ ದ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಯು ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್. Definitely. Okay. If you are so much opposite, to go and work in news media where government controls. So that's what Cable Television Amendment Act 2021 and also IT Rules 2021. So they are doing the same thing. Even fact checking is under question. So definitely they will ask such question to check how balanced you are, how you will think. You must think from the government side only. Say, after you join the service, if I talk with you, definitely will be defending government. I know that. Now, if I call any of them, they will be defending government only. They will not be talking against government. I know that. Whether it's my sister or the old students, whenever we talk, so they will be completely talking. No, sir, not like that. Okay. So you people, if I call GST related this thing, you people are collecting more and more, harassing people. Okay, no sir, your other data is there. So many people are actually using services, but they are not at all paying. Okay, so only thing is we are making the rules tight so that they should not escape from that. That's why the collection is increasing. This is the answer from my own student. So that system molds you there. Before that only you have to become like that. Then easily will enter into service. That's what I'm saying. Got it? This is related election. Okay, means no need of. Okay. And fleet electrification to tackle urban pollution. So this is about, name itself says how to tackle the urban pollution. You already know that the urban transport. Okay, so now almost buses and all electric, only electric buses are used now. Newly so many, but what is the problem is trucks. They are not getting electrified. Buses they are replacing. Why not trucks? Answer ಮಾಡಿ.
Road carrying capacity.
Why? Means electric buses cannot, trucks cannot handle loads. You mean to say that? That is the problem. Say buses, they travel here from, again they will go to Majestic. If they want, they can get recharge. Okay, but lorries and all, so they have to travel 500, 600, 1,000 kilometers and all. If some, that facility is not there. Like how many electric, petrol pumps you see, that many electric stations are not there. So that infrastructure should be developed immediately. Then it is possible. It is not like, it is possible. It's all about and how much energy you input. The design of the engine, I agree, but it is possible. It is not like that they cannot carry that load at all. Okay, because already electric lorries are also there. Okay, so that's why the fleet electrification to tackle the urban pollution. That is actually correct. So now by two-wheelers almost electric are there. So now it is almost, I hope in another 5 years, almost everyone will be using so electric vehicles only. So that is one thing. Next is buses. The third is lorries. If everything is replaced, then this urban pollution, industries, if you always we are keeping outside the cities. Correct. Now maximum we are means shifting, making them to go away from the heart of the center. So only pollution is happening because of vehicles. Vehicular pollution is more in urban areas, you know that. So that imagine Delhi. If everything is replaced by electric, then again it will come back to normalcy. Other than that, nowadays nobody is using kerosene or wood in cities, very less. Even though it is used very less. Okay, and government is giving LPG and all and ensuring so that that will not happen. So only left out is, that's why they are saying urban pollution is solution. That is the fleet electrification. See, urban emission and very steady significant contribute to urban smog is PM 2.5 and PM 10. You know that particulate matter size 2.5 micron and 10 micron, which is caused by the transport and construction. Another is construction sector. Transport. So what is the solution for construction sector? Construction sector also that small particles, they will 2.5. What is the problem? Already told. Our noses are not built for those small, kind of pollutants. Because in nature, that is a normal way that will not come. So nature has not designed the nose ears in a very, very tiny one. Okay. So big dust, it will stop. But small one, it cannot stop. So construction sector, what is the solution for this? You cannot tell that go outside the city and do construction. Construction should happen within the city one day. What is the solution?
Sustainable.
How? I am asking that how. You know the words they will use suddenly. What is that? How?
Back to plain blocks, brick blocks.
Two things. You were talking about usage of material. Agreed. That is also fine. No problem. Agreed. Type of material. Because that causes. So, okay. Continue. I am telling here there will be construction, they will be doing some activity, correct now, cutting something, so that will give particulate matter 2.5 and on. How to solve those problems? It is not difficult. Tell me. First thing is, for example, some things they will prepare on site. No, you prepare already metro and all, they will prepare somewhere else and just simply come and just assemble. Blocks, construction blocks, everything they are doing like that. That is one way. And type of material, agreed. Wherever there is pollution here or there, you should avoid. That is fine. Next. Now, still it will happen here, right? Some form of their surface, clean madbekagutte, sharp madbekagutte, that will emit the particulate matters. So what is the solution for that? 3D printing is a solution. Very nice. So then the technology gives a solution. In 3D printing, there is no automatically it covers everything. Cut ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಇದು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಇಲ್ಲ, so then automatically pollution ಆಗ್ತದೆ. Then see, I hope I explained the spray water and all. Okay, absorbing things in construction site, you have to make sure that the particulate matter absorption, so that you have to ensure that should become mandatory. Wherever that immediately it should absorb in construction sites. Okay. Or if you spray water continuously also, that will subsidize. That also rainbow effect I explained, remember? That is not the intention, but in cities to control the smog, they are spraying water. So that will subsidize the particulate matter. Okay. So you have to adapt such things. So in the construction material and technology 3D printing, and also using absorbents in all construction places. Okay. So truck fleet, about 9 lakh new trucks are added to Indian roads every year. Okay. Existing total, this you have to remember, 70 lakh trucks are there in India. Okay. And they carry over 2 trillion ton kilometers freight on trucks annually. They are 1/4 of the Indian oil imports and contribute to 90% of the road transport and car. See, please remember this. Why we are worried more about trucks? See, first thing is 1/4 of the Indian oil import is for the purpose of trucks only. 1/4. 1/4, if you replace them with electric, suddenly 25% import is saved. Second, 90% of the road transport carbon dioxide emission, 90%. So suddenly it becomes normal. Okay. So that's what it's major contributor of PM 2.5. So another way is trains. Okay, freight trains. So already, but they are carrying only 20% of the loads. Trains. It is already getting electrified. You know that. Railways means they are completely working on electrification. But even though it is 100%, but it carries only 20% because it is not end to end. That is the problem. Maneinda mane tagona kodalla train. But for that solution, they have find out what is the solution. How to make sure that means everyone will use the train only. How? See, it is not like a passenger. He'll get inside train and he'll come out and go in auto. Load carrying means loading, unloading. Then again, that is a Herculean task. That's why they prefer lorries. But how to change that? Lorry itself will move on the train. Lorry itself will move on the train. Open will be there. Lorry itself go and stand on that and get down at some destination and it can go directly deliver. This can give the solution. ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ solution ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Loading unloading problem will not be there. Lorry will come, for example, from here. It will go to Yeshwantpur. So that lorry itself will be there on that train and it will reach Pune. And from Pune, that becomes fast, convenient. So much energy is saved. ಎಲ್ಲಾನು solve ಆಗಿ. Okay. So it is there. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ತರದ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. It is already there. But they should make it more popular. For that, more dedicated freight corridor should be there. Railway lines dedicated, it should be there. Now what happens? Passenger train comes means they will stop the goods train. That should not happen. Actually, revenue for the railway is coming from goods train. But we give importance to humans, human rights, human values. We cannot make them to suffer. So we'll give importance to passenger trains. But if you are having dedicated line, then that problem can be solved. So more people will rely on that. Is it clear? Penetration has crossed 6% mark. See, you remember this. So it should. Now it is already 6%. That much replacement is happening. So our target is 100%. See, already they are telling this number and all, you cannot remember. These many trucks are already there in India. Okay. By 2050, 1.7 crore trucks will be there. So if it is all electric, that is our success. Okay. Because our Prime Minister has promised by 2070 will become carbon neutral. So if it happens, both the economic advantage is there, also environmental goal is achieved.
So what is dust mitigation?
I explained, no? And for example, this particulate matter absorption, it should happen. Spray the water. In Delhi, they will do. In China, they will do. So like every day, how the cleaning people come, no, hung like that, one water vehicle will be spraying water on the main roads so that the particulate matter settles down, smog settles down. Okay, that is dust. Already we discussed like 3D printing. So dust mitigation will happen automatically. You prepare block somewhere else and just come and assemble here. That prevents the mitigation. Okay, everything you should not do on site. Off the site you have to do and assemble here. ಹೇಳಮ್ಮ ಮತ್ತೇನು?
Sir, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ತರ ಅನಿಸ್ತು ಸರ್. Focus must extend to diesel truck and dust mitigation. that significant PM sources require immediate attention. I thought a dust mitigation in the cause ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ?
Allah, dust mitigation will reduce impact. Already dust is happening, you have to mitigate. That how to mitigate, that we discussed. Okay. So please read this. Molding the Himalayas need caution. Many times we discussed, but you just go glance once. The same topics only they have written. That's why I'm not discussing. Carrying capacity we have discussed. When that Uttarakhand electric project collapsed, no, at that time series of articles came. Now also again it is coming. So this also we discussed, I hope, and this time means that question appeared. Last time women suicides related thing article came just before mains. We discussed that, and that appeared in the UPSC, I think third paper or first paper. So in society concept, they asked that same question. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅದು ಬರಬೇಕು, then you will appreciate, okay, ನಾನು ಓದ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಪಿಯರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. What we are reading and how they are coming. Okay, try to relate to that. So this also data point is easy, but no need to remember each and everything. Only just some important percentage you have to take it. ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಂತೀರ, ಏನು ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ. Don't leave everything. Don't try to cover 100%. Take only 1, 2, 3 points, not more than that. If it is very important, at least 3 points or 1 point. Don't leave like that. Andre men versus women comparison is how the homicides among men and women is different. So that you take it. And also country like continent wise also they are taking. So that is also important. In honor killings also cases. So these are all important points. And so President Murmu calls for All India Judicial Service. So we'll just go for, they're asking fine. We'll go with the technicality. They will ask in prelims. So how to create All India Judicial Service? Who has the power?
So Rajya Sabha has to pass.
Rajya Sabha power is there, parliamentary power is there. See, be careful. They will trick like that only. Rajya Sabha alone cannot create Indian Judicial Service, means All India Service. It can initiate. ಇದೇ ತರ ಮಾಡೋದು ನಿಮ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಜ್ಯಸಭಾ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ. ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರಾಂಗ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಇನಿಷಿಯೇಷನ್. ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ರೆಕಮೆಂಡ್, ಬಟ್ ಟುಗೆದರ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಲೋಕ್ ಸಭಾ ಅಂಡ್ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸಭಾ ಟುಗೆದರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಪಾಸ್. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್. Or they will give the same word only. All India service can be created by the parliament. Correct statement. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟೇ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ದೇ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಹೂ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯೇಟ್. ಪವರ್ ಯಾರ ಹತ್ರ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಪವರ್ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಅದು. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಟ್ವಿಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಜುಡಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್, she says such a system can offer opportunities to less represented social groups, adds that varied representation of India's unity on bench and bar will help serve the cause of justice better. Actually, this is relevant what President has said. Why it is important? What is happening? We have already discussed. If you have completed polity, the judiciary is always resorting to what measures? Means their appointment, everything they are doing on their own. So if take the history of last 70 years, the same family, same set of families are there in the judiciary at the higher positions. When you open, now if you see IAS officer, IPS or all India service or all set of people are there. Why it is possible? Because it is open to everyone. That is the merit based system and UPSC is handling that. If IJS, Indian Judicial Service, is also created like that, so it makes much more open. It becomes much more inclusive. So her opinions, either ಬಗ್ಗೆ discussion ಬೇಕಾದ ಸರಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ. Now it is President has taken. That's it. But President has taken, that is important. Okay. ಹೇಳಿ.
Here, what is the point that comes to executive? So will it not affect the judicial
independence? You are saying
of power? Like Just like how we are selected to certain constitutional body of. So whether the judicial service can selected to executive body, will it not hamper their independence longer?
See, first thing, so you mean to say that first point, you suppose if UPSC takes this, do you mean to say that it is done by executive? UPSC is, do you accept UPSC is independent or dependent? Independent. When independent body is doing, then why? What is the question? Answer kode. When so you are you not trusting UPSC? And then independent body is doing recruitment. Then why? What is the worry? That is always I said that. Actually, now independent body will do what is the ಹೇಳಿ ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. How you are saying that your independence of the judiciary will be curtailed? Executive ಅಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಇನ್ನೂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೆಂಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ. You also involve judiciary in this. I'm not telling that only UPSC has to do. Also, recruitment need not be like exactly same for IAS, IPS and all. You can also, earlier they tried NJS, Judicial Appointment Commission. Correct, no? Nothing wrong about it. But you could have modified it instead of replacing it. Means completely saying it is completely unconstitutional.
Like how they will be biased towards the government. Like how IAS. Like this also, even these people can be biased for
Who?
the
Who?
National Judicial Service. People who will get appointed will be biased for the towards judicial.
What is the how? Explain me. Harish is writing the exam and clearing IJS. Tell me where the biases can happen.
People working for judiciary.
What is the meaning of that? IAS will be working for the post of BC. What is the meaning? He is writing IJS means he will be working for judiciary only. What is the problem?
Biased government even they
Say, you should not use that word biased. They are working. What is the meaning of biased? You should use the word committed. He is committed to judiciary. Yes, that is what is expected. See, words usage just matter agutte ನೋಡಿ. Okay. If your father and mother are biased towards you, instead of that, your father and mother loves you. Which is better word? Difference is there, right? But practically the same thing, biased only. Will they treat all other children like you? Definitely not. But we will not use that word. Their expectation is commitment towards judiciary only. Why you are saying that biased? They are supposed to work there. Their recruitment, whether it is happening independently or not. Whether government is influencing your recruitment, that is my question. So if it is not happening, that is good. Ashtam. IJS happens, it opens avenue for everyone so that judiciary service can be availed by everyone. Clarity sikta? So this should be there in your mind. Once, until UPSC selects, okay, you are no one. Okay, neutral only. You are also neutral there. Once you are into government, yes, you are supposed to work for the government. Yes, you are supposed to act like that. Whatever the government policies, whatever the government ethos are there, that you have to follow. If you say, sir, I am working for government, correct. Concern of recruitment is without biasness, you should be selected. Whether it has happened, done. Once you are into that, you are supposed to do that. Problem is that earlier only some set of people are only coming. Now it's broad-based. Everyone is coming. Clarity. What is the expectation? How you should behave. ಇದನ್ನೇ ಅವ್ರು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾರಿಟಿ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್. ರೈಟ್ ರಾಂಗ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವ್ರು ತಲೆ ಕೆಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಇದಾವೆ, ಅದನ್ನೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನೇ ಬೇರೆ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ. Whenever it comes to fundamental rights, whenever the national security, then you don't have much option. You must write, that is important. There is no second opinion. ಅದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ ಯಾವ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒಪಿನಿಯನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ you write this also, that also, no problem. Whether you support IJS, whether you support collegium system, ಏನ್ ನಿಮಗೇನು ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರೈಟ್, ನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗತ್ತಲ್ಲ. NJC ಇದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರು ಆ ತರದ್ ಒಂದು ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೂ ತಪ್ಪಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಕೊಲಿಜಿಯಂ ಸರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೂ ತಪ್ಪಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ನಿಮಗೇನು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ನಿಮ್ ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಒಪಿನಿಯನ್. You cannot say the same thing when it comes to national security, terrorism related thing. In any case, he cannot support in single line also terrorism correct ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಸತಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಥಿಂಕ್. ಮುಂಚೆನೆ ಸೆಟ್ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು ನಿಮ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ಲ. ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ವೇರ್ ಐ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಸೇ ಅದರ್ ವ್ಯೂ, ಓನ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ವ್ಯೂ, ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ವ್ಯೂ. ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಆಲ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಎನಿ ಸೈಡ್, no problem. But make sure that your line should not be against the constitution. That is also that, sir. Against constitution, you should not talk in this list. It is there. Already NJS is scrapped. Now it is declared as unconstitutional. You cannot support it. But you can support all India judicial service. And you declare ಆಗಿಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ, ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅನ್ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಏನಾರ ಹೇಳಿದಾರ ಅವರು? ತಲೆಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್? ಹೇಗ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ಬರೆದ್ರೇನೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ನೀವು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ತಲೆನ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನೀವು ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬರೆದು ಹಂಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಅವಾಗ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಸರಿ ಬಂದೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಅದು ಬೇರೆ, ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರೆದ್ರೇನೆ ಬರೋದದು. ಬಟ್ ಥಾಟ್ಗಳಿದಾವಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ ಶೇಪ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು. So this is another aspect can be asked in prelims. Already discuss ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. These are practical examples. So relationship between prime minister and president. Okay, so they are talking about bill bars courts from inquiring into privileged communication between ministers. We are discussing president and prime minister or other ministers. I am questioning something, they are answering. So court cannot interfere in that. So that point we have discussed. Okay, but they are highlighting, so they will frame the question. See, ಇದು ಬರ್ತಿದಂಗೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಫ್ರೇಮ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಪಿಯರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ ಬಿಡುತ್ತಾ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್, ಅದನ್ನ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. So every now and then they will be preparing questions, no? So that will be done when they are sitting for preparation of the question paper. Whether this question they will put or not, that depends upon that month. Okay. See, proposed some any bill, okay, seeks to replace the Indian Evidence Act, bars courts from inquiring into any privileged communication between ministers and the President of India. So already in the existing constitution that option is there, but it is explicitly telling that you cannot question this Evidence Act, new act. Although that's what they are saying. 74(2) of the constitution states union government seeks to give its legal backing by making it a part of the evidence book. Oh, this is talking about the same thing. Okay, no problem. Only that point. Earlier, that is there. We have discussed the relationship 78, 75 and 74. Okay. So whatever the communication between, whenever the president asks, it is the duty of the prime minister to submit that document or the information to the president. Whenever a bill pending, president can say what is the position of that. Okay. So here that they are adding in explicitly in Evidence Act. So it is a privileged communication. You are not supposed to question it. But one line you please remember, judiciary always says, if anything done with a malified intention, I will come and ask. Even though rule says you cannot question, if it is a malified intention, I will come and ask. Many situations are discretionary power is there. Anyone you can make prime minister, anyone you can make CM. But your intention is malified, I will question that also. ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದೇ ಲೈನ್ ತಮ್ಮ ರೂಲ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡಿ. ಜುಡಿಷಿಯರಿ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಸೇಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ವರ್ಡ್. Explicitly rule says that you should not interfere, but if it is done with a malified intention, I will come. Another scenario when it will come. Another scenario when judiciary will come into picture, even though it says that you cannot interfere. When there is no option available for them, I will take the case. Example. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ನೀವು ಇಂಟರ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬಾಯ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Still it will come into picture. When? Example, local government election disputes, they should have separate setup. But government has not done any separate setup. High Court will take it. Clearly article says court cannot interfere in the disputes. But who is taking the cases? High Court only. What is the justification? Do you have any other? I cannot leave my citizens like that without being addressed. If you don't have system, I will take. Third option.
Even water disputes.
Exactly. I am saying the same thing. Third one. When aggrieved people are interested to approach me, even though it says once a tribunal verdict is final, you cannot court cannot take up the case. But when the aggrieved people are interested, it's my choice. I will take special leave petition. This is how the questions will be framed. Court interference, even though it is not allowed, why the courts are interfering? Do you justify? You must talk these 3 points in with examples. So here Evidence Act is what is there in the Constitution, that only they are making it concrete, explicitly saying. There actually it will not say explicitly about minister. They talks about prime minister and president. But here it is also talking about ministers. Okay. So though the provision exists in the Constitution, but as explicit agilla, now they are putting this as explicit. Yes, this anyway. Let it happen. At the end, we'll get the summary. Or every day you just read what is happening. One fine day will completely cover that. Because now they are met to this person, that person. So this discussion happened. Concrete is last day. What all decisions they have taken. Every year it will happen. Usually in December. This time it is started in November itself, right? Correct, no? From November 30th it has started. Usually till now almost 10 years I have seen it is in December only. First time I am seeing that is also last year, November 30th, December only. Okay. This is a see already these are old points what we committed earlier. So by 2070 will become net zero. So what new things will come in this summit? We'll see. Not all every year summit is important. Okay. So, but these are like direct questions. Where it is happening, which conference it is. But after decision only will come to know whether it is significant or not. Very few are there like that. Okay, Kyoto Protocol is important. Like Paris Taxes, 2015 Paris Tax is important. Apart from that, very less. Okay. One more is that to the Copenhagen Summit, but that fund creation, that is important. So out of all these summits, only some aspects are important. Remaining all, they have taken decision, no use. Means without implementation, there is no meaning for that. Like that it has happened. Let us see what happens this time. See, this you have to use in your answer. Supply demand gap for pulses oilseeds fruit to persist over next 7 years, report says. So always we discuss about this pulses oilseeds we are importing. Pulses and oilseeds we are importing. So you must talk about growing the pulses and oilseeds within India to meet our demands, to solve the future problems. But fruits were growing. Still they are saying that it is insufficient. Okay. See, gap, they are talking about all the things. Gap between projected demand and supply. I think it is in million ton. Okay, this much rice is still required for us. So in future, it will aggravate. So that means you have to grow more rice. Wheat. Okay, cereals. Okay, core cereals, have cereals. That's okay. Pulses. See, at least surplus was there. Now it will aggravate. Next 7 years, they're saying that's what by 2030. Food grains, it will means more demand will be there. Oil seeds, but it is saying -6. I think, I think this is surplus, this is a deficit. This is surplus and this, sorry. This is deficit only in pulses, oil seeds, one more. But fruits also they are saying, but it is plus here. How they are maintaining that. Anyway, no need to remember that. It is impossible to remember that. Only thing you say that gap is there. Supply demand gap is there. But why in fruits positive it is there? And who has published this report? NABARD. Okay. So that you. Okay. They will ask, what is term insurance in the prelims? What is health insurance? What is micro insurance? Like that. Please just go through that. Even for your personal life also, it is helpful. But in prelims, they will ask such questions. One more article is there. Text and context. Yes. Why is Bihar demanding the special category status? What is this, first of all? Is there any special category status kind of thing in constitution or somewhere else statute? Okay. So whether they are talking about this special category status? No. That is different. Okay. Based upon the backwardness and all, that is there. So earlier this concept was there. Bimaru states anta ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. Like Bihar, those areas. Okay. So now that concept is removed, but still Bihar is asking. Okay. So on what it was built, whether is it required? The Finance Commission gave this concept earlier to improve those states. Okay, they gave this special category status. So Bihar is asking for the same thing. See, they are asking cabinet, they pass that resolution, announce this Bihar as the special category state. Okay. Actually, it started with fifth Finance Commission. This data is important. What effort government is doing to improve the states? Santa question bandaga that you have to use. In 1969, fifth Finance Commission. Now it is 15th Finance Commission is running. 16th is already working, right? So fifth Finance Commission said 5 factors. If a state is a hilly and difficult terrain state, low population density is there, and tribal population should be there. Strategic location should be there. That means it's on the international borders. Economic and infrastructure backwardness should be there. Okay. And finance condition should be non-viable. That means collection is less compared to expenditure. So these points are considered in fifth Finance Commission. Okay. Based upon that, Jammu Kashmir, Assam, Nagaland were granted as a special category states. Later, okay, 8 more states were added like Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Sikkim, Tripura, Himachal, Uttarakhand. Got it? So by National Development Council earlier. Now it is not there. After Planning Commission collapses, there is no meaning for this NDC. National Development Council was there. Very powerful body actually, which was called as a super cabinet. Because all Prime Minister, cabinet members, everyone was there. If the decision is taken, it is passed by the government. So what they used to get benefit was announcement based upon these factors. Please remember this. This is important. Based upon the Gadgil-Mukherjee formula, 30% of the central assistance for the states was given to these states. 30% of the central assistance. If center is giving 100 rupees to the states, out of that 30 rupees is given to these states only. That is the benefit they used to get. Okay, but 14th, Planning Commission was abolished. Then it lost importance. And also 14th and 15th Okay, Finance Commission removed this concept. Instead, they increased total share for the states. 100 rupees. Now, earlier, whatever the, for example, 40 rupees they used to give to the states. In that 30% they used to give to special category. That means 12 rupees. Example. Now they said, no, overall we will give more money to the states. In that only we will divide. So like that, they said out of 100 rupees, 41 rupees we will, 42 they said earlier. But because Jammu Kashmir converted to Union territory, they took 1 rupees away to adjust. 41 rupees is given to states. That 41 rupees is divided among the states based upon different formula. So that concept of special category status was removed by 14th and 15th Finance Commission. Okay. So that's what they said. 41% they made it. Okay. Earlier it was 32 rupees. So we'll increase more money to states. Let us, in that itself, we'll adjust. Let us not have this separate category. Okay. And one more modification they did. Where you want to help these states, there are two types of schemes. Central sector scheme and central sponsored scheme. Central sector scheme is 100% government, central government will spend. Now almost zero plans are there like central sector scheme. 100% they are not giving. Only is central sponsored. I will give 50 rupees, you use 50 rupees. I will give 60, you spend 40. But for these states, special category states earlier, they said that we'll give more money from our side. That is 90-10. 90 rupees we will give, 10 rupees you spend. Instead of earlier we are giving more to you, we will be sponsoring more to you. For other states, it will be 60, 40 or 80 like that. For you, it is highest. Okay. And other concessions also will be given to you. Like for example, custom, excise duty, income tax, right? Got it? Some exemptions will be given to you so that you can develop. This is what done. But now why Bihar is demanding special category status? First thing, it will not fit into that earlier criteria. Hilly state. It is not a hilly state. Okay. What will happen that you need not worry, but understand the concept. Okay. So they are telling that we are poor because lack of natural resources are not there. So for us, separate status should be given to developers. If it happens, then again we'll discuss. But you understand how actually earlier government used to do. Now what is it? And in the time this, please read this. DAO, how this decentralized entities are shaping future of the digital world. What is this DAO? Decentralized autonomous organization. One word actually DAO saying existing, this is based upon the blockchain technology. No more centralized control. Yado one organization control madatalla. DAO is decentralized autonomous. So it will manage on its own. Okay, no interference, but transparency means more accuracy will be there. Okay, but problem is also there. Nowadays, DAOs are developing more compared to traditional organizations. Everything. In future, you will imagine health department, every department will be DAO only. Automatically, it is handling on its own. Means more efficiency will be there, allocation, everything, segregation, everything will be done by that. Only problem now we are facing is hacking. Hacking that system and manipulating the things. So more security scrutiny is required. Arthagata? So DAO is the future. You will not see this kind of somebody's bureaucracies controlling everything or ministers controlling the department. DAO is the future because this is decentralized based upon blockchain technology. You cannot, but hacking is the biggest threat. Apart from that, it is the future. So everything will be like neutral. Everything will be based upon the need. So please read this DAO.